Hi everyone, hello. Oh look, I'm really close in today. Someone commented yesterday, day before, that I was a bit too far out, and I agree, I was. I asked Mr. F if he'd bring me in a bit closer today, so we're really close today. But you can see the entire journal, which we are progressing quite well with, I think. I like it so far. That's probably my favourite page, although it could be just that it's the last page I did. I tend to always like the last page I did best. And then we put pom-poms on the edge of this page, which I just love. They're just fun, aren't they? And a little ruffle down this one, which brings us to this page. And I have made a little bit of a start. I've just put a bit of my music paper over here, because I'm going to build something that's going to take up this space. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of the backdrops paper and cut myself out a section. Well, I'll tell you where it goes on the thing. It's probably more helped here. I'm going to put it about there, like that. But it's going to go that way. Oh, didn't ink around that edge. Oh, maybe I did, it's just not very prominent. I don't know, let's do it again anyway. Doesn't look very inky. Should never do that over your work, and I should know better than that. I keep telling myself that and then forgetting again. So that's going to go that way. And this is kind of, I was watching Crafty by Tony yesterday, and she did a project pretty similar to this, except I've changed it up a bit, as you do. But I'll ask Mr. F if he'll link her video below. Now this piece here does not look straight to me. When I get that straight there, that just doesn't look straight, and it's not straight by the piece that's behind it. So I'll wait till I've got this on and then I'll trim that up. So that's going to go like that, and then let's just move this somewhere, move it to there. And then I've taken myself a piece of the black snowflake card that we made, and I'm going to make 2 doors on it that you can also journal on. Now this piece measures a little short of 5 1/4. Yeah, and it measures 3 1/2 tall, 5 1/4. So I need that at a little over 2 1/2. Yeah, let's do that. A little over 2 1/2. 2 1/2 and a little bit. Let's see if these measure the same. Whoa, that's a pretty good guess. Not bad at all. I just need to take a whisker off one of them. Right, there we go. So what I'm going to do now, if I can find my scoreboard. Oh, honestly, this desk's such a mess. It's beyond a mess, actually. It needs... Let me just pause. Well, that took a lot of finding. You wouldn't believe that something I use so often could just get hidden so much. But it did. But I've found it now. So I've got my 2 pieces here, like that. And I'm going to score them at 1/2 inch, I think. Yeah, 1/2 inch. Fold those over. Then we've got a little door there. And same on this side. Half an inch. So here's our the back of our card, if you like. They're going to go on there like little doors, and then we can close them with a string or eyelet or whatever we fancy. But the idea is to bring some journaling here. So what I want to do is back the back of them with coffee stained paper. So let's do that now. Let's put this away a bit more carefully this time. And I've got some coffee stained paper here, ready for the job. So it's going to have to go that way. It's not, just not wide enough. So just cut that. Let's put that down, and then you can make your marks where you need them. You just don't want the bulk going round to the back if you can avoid it. I need 2 of these, but I'll do them one at a time. And you're not buying yourself loads of journaling here, but you are buying some. Let's just check that that's okay for that. Yeah, that's great. So I'm just going to ink around that, stick it down, and then I'm going to just do the other one the same. You could tie this with the string and button closure. I think I'm just going to put 2 eyelets in and put a cord between the 2, twine or some such. There we are, that's great. Possibly do with being up a little bit. Go on, go on, go on, well done. I did find my bone folder, however, when I was rooting around for my scoreboard, so all is not lost. It's got a bit of squidginess going on. There we go. Right, so that's one, so I'm just going to complete the other one. So there we are, there's our 2 little doors lined with coffee stained paper. And I should have done this before I put that on, but I'm just going to round the corners, and I'm going to use the medium sized one. There we go. That's all right. And then these need to get stuck down. So they're going to be like that, that's all right. Before I stick them down, I'm going to put the hole in the middle where I want it to be. And at this stage, because they're not stuck down, I can do them both together, which means they're both going to be equal. So getting them right sides together like that, make sure that you've got them straight. That measures 3.5. It's half of 3.5. Oh my goodness me. It's there. That's where it is. Just using my glass mat to help me a bit there. So holding those together, let's just punch that hole out. Phew. There we go. Now I can't remember which was which, but they should be identical. Look fairly identical to me. Let's get some eyelets on the go. Some gold ones, I would say. Gold goes with Christmas, doesn't it? I think so. Talking to myself now. Dear me. And that's just much, much easier to do before you stick it down. I can promise you that. So there we go, that's that done. Now I can stick these down. Now, if you get something like your big scoreboard, it's got a straight edge on it. So we can stick these down and then press them against the top, and we know that they're going to be straight. Cunning little trick. I'm going to use Paintalot because I might need to just move a fraction when I put them in. Oh, stop being silly. Paintalot's very, very alive this morning. So I'm going to pop that in and down so it's all pressed against that top edge, and that's folding in fine. Excellent, so that's lovely, that's a lovely job. Lovely jubbly. Let's get rid of any excess glue. Now we're going to do the same with this one. Make sure that they're all pressed against the bottom and that folds in okay. Yeah, I think that's alright. Looks alright. Let's assume it is alright. So fold those over and give them a bit of a bone folder in place. There we go. So now we've got quite a bit of journaling, and I've also got quite a bit of glue here which I do not want. Sometimes you can rub it off with your finger. On this occasion that's not happening, so I'll take my glue rubber to it. It's just down here, that's it. That's it, thank you. Lovely. So there we are. That's that. So I just want a little bit of something, I would say, on this, on the doors. So let's get my ephemera out. See what I've got. Mistletoe, do they fit? Oh, they just do actually, they fit rather nicely. And furthermore, it's a matching pair. You couldn't do that if you tried, could you? I like that, I think that's quite nice. Let's do that then. Phew. That was easy. So let's stick these on. Yeah, I just tipped what was left of the old, by old I mean last year's botanical layers, into my box of ephemera, and as luck would have it, these two are on the top, which is quite staggering. You know what, I think they come down. Do they come down or do they go up? I think I'll put them going up. And there's just room for that eyelet there. just like it was made to blooming measure. Can't get your hat off. Don't say it's going to be one of those days where things go right. That would be a change, wouldn't it? There we go. And do the same with this one. I've had a series of days when things have gone wrong, so I do deserve a day when things go right. There we go. So this one we pretty much know where he needs to go because of that eyelet being there. So maybe a little further over, maybe there. There, that look right? Is that smaller? That's smaller than that one. Yeah, didn't last long, did it? The day of things going right did not last long. Oh, what about this piece here? Oh no, that's the same size as that other little bit. Oh right, now we're going to have to go on a mistletoe search then. Oh, I'll pause you because there could be some while in here. Well, I have searched my box high and low. I found every bit of mistletoe that I've got, and not one of them is the other hand to that and the right size. Keep trying them because they look like they should be, but they're not. So, plan B. So I thought I could put that little word holiday down there and a poinsettia flower there. And I think that looks nice. It's plan B, all right, but I like it, so I'm happy to go with that. So let's get that stuck on. Honestly, it's taken me ages to go through that box. Too much stuff in the box. I tell you, I could make Christmas every day for a year and not run out of stuff, I'm sure of it. Let's stick that on fairly straight, is the idea. And then I've got this size, which I think is fine, or I have got the larger size. That one. But it kind of swamps the word, so I'm going to go with the smaller one. And I like that, so that's fine. I love these botanical layers, I really do. Did you guess that? I'm always using them. They're the bits I use first, really. I didn't intend to do that with this journal. It's just happened that way. That's the way it's grown. That goes like that. Just there. That's perfect. So, not a bad second plan B, really. I like it. So, now what I want to do is put a little pocket along the bottom here. Not too big because I don't want to take away from the journaling space. So I thought I could use a bit of tracing paper, and I'm going to use this same tracing paper that I used for the bag. It's the stuff that Jania sent me. So I want to trim that to there. And I use it like gold dust, I can tell you. I use it very, very sparingly. So there we are. And then I'm just going to fold that in two, just to give it a bit of substance. I'll just fold that over, crease it in. There we go. And I'm going to stick that down there. Yep, perfect. First I need to stick one to the other. So for that, if I can find it, I'm going to use my double-sided tape. Here it is. It's got, it's a disaster. It's got things stuck to it and everything. But never mind, it'll still work. So just along the bottom edge there. Come on, stop being silly. Oh my goodness, I've got sorry silk threads in it and everything. What a disaster. Okay, the world's obviously decided to punish me for something this morning. Not sure what I've done wrong. Trim that off. Just going to burnish that down because it doesn't look exactly straight. Right, there we are. And you can see that tape through there. You know, it's not invisible. But nothing really is with tracing paper. So I'm going to stick that now down the sides and along the bottom. Then we'll have ourselves a nice little pocket. Do the little bit of glue in there as well, to be fair. Right along the bottom. So we're only going to lose about an inch of journaling off this, but I'm hoping I'm going to add some more journaling in just a sec with what I put in the pocket. That's kind of the plan. There we go. So that's that stuck down. Now if I can, I wouldn't mind finding something to go along that bottom edge that's got that tape on, because it looks a bit ghastly. Could do with one of those nice long wordy things, but that's too long. Oh, I could trim that down. That would be perfect. Yeah, that would be just the job actually. So it can go from 1 to 7.5, whatever that is. Just beyond 7.5 actually. Yeah, just need a little weeny bit more of it. Lovely, and that's just going to cover up that nastiness there. Let's just give this a quick ink around. It's not particularly Christmassy, this. I don't really know what it's got to do with Christmas, but it's a handy bit of ephemera to have. Handy for covering up this sort of stuff. This sort of shenanigans. There we go. Perfect. That does the job perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. Couldn't have wished for a better bit. Lovely, right. So into that pocket we can pop some of these little layers. Don't know how many we'll get in, but we'll get some in. Whoop, upside down. I'd get all 3 of those in there, do you think? And that's pretty, isn't it? Let's swap these around a bit so I've got that in the middle. Yeah, look, so when that closes you can see that. That's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, the only thing that I want to do now is put something across the top, so when that's closed you can't see that coffee stained bit. So probably a remnant of paper or something like that. Or something along those lines. Let's see what I'm messing around with, and then you'll know. I've got all sorts of things here in my hand. Well, there's that. It looks alright, I don't mind that. There's the candle that we used on the other side, but I only want a little bit, so you wouldn't really get the benefit. What's on the back of that? Oh no, I don't like the bingo card. Too big a pattern. Nope. Nope. That's beautiful. I'm saving that. I don't know what for, but I am. Also beautiful. Oh, I've got that red. I've already cut into this. So, which would look better? Just pop that there. Close that. That looks quite nice, actually. Quite restful. And that. Oh, quite like that as well, actually. Decisions. No, I think I prefer the green. I think I do prefer the green. So I want a piece that is, let's just mark it against here. To there. And to there. So it's just a skinny little bit, really. I hope I can see those blooming marks. Yeah, it's just a fairly skinny little bit. Okay, where is the mark? I knew when I was doing it I was going to have problems here. I think, is that it? No. Well, I'm going to have to measure it again. No, I'll do it with my pencil, but I'll make it pronounced. Yeah, there it is. Now, do I want it deeper than that, actually? Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get an edge punch out. Right, these are the things we have and never remember to use. So I'm going to use it now. So see if I can remember how to use it. We're going okay so far. Is that right? Oh, this is tricky dicky. No, we're all right. We're all right. We are okay. Oh, got a missing one in the blooming middle. There we are. Oh, I'm not sure that's straight actually. Right, let's see what we've got. Must empty my bin, it's overflowing. Right, yeah, no, it's not quite straight, but we might get away with that because we just want that bit there. It'll be okay. I think it'll be fine. So, right, let's make a mark there. That's where I want to cut it. Lovely, and then I just want it that width. I'll have to do that the other way. Wherever it is. Oh, come on. Not again. How the heck can you lose that mark so quickly? It's ridiculous. Surely can't lose it now. Right. This turned out to be more of a drama than I thought it was going to be, but never mind. There we go. I'm going to put that there. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. I know I'm eating into journaling space. I know that. But I have added the 3 journaling cards to kind of compensate. Right, so let's pop that on there. I'm just going to have to take those corners off that I rounded earlier. I think I did it on the big one actually, on 10. Doesn't really want to fit in that, so I'm going to have to do it with my scissors. There we are. It's looking nice now. Looking nice. Okay, so we've got our 3 pocket card things, little journaling cards. They're white on the back, so there's no problem with journaling on them. That's going to go like that, and then I'm going to tie it together with my twine. So, through that hole, through that hole, let's get an equal amount. And I think the twine will look nice here. Let's tie a bow. There we go. Let's just squash these down a bit more so that they're a bit flatter. There we are, and I'm just going to cut these ends off about there, and I am going to rub some glue into the ends because I don't want them to fray, and this stuff frays by looking at it. So just a little bit on my finger. Let's put a little bit on that one, a little bit on that one, and then twist it the way that it's naturally twisted. There we are now, and that'll stop them coming undone. So there we have it. There's our little piece. That needs a word or something along there, doesn't it? Am I ever going to be finished decorating this? Who knows? Oh, I had a nice one in my hand and it's just gone. Confectionery, come back. That nice little one that says peppermint drops as well. Let's just have a look. See what we need up here. So I could put confectionery, which would look nice. I like that. Nothing wrong with that. And I just realised I haven't inked around the edge of there. Or peppermint drops. Ah, I prefer peppermint drops. Let me just ink around there though. It looks a bit odd not being inked when everything else is. And while we're on the subject, let's ink this. Lovely. I'm just going to pop that there. Might have to undo it. Do I have to undo it? No, I think we'll be alright. So, that's a nice little journaling spot, isn't it? Lots of journaling in it. So where's the middle? The middle of a diddle. It's about there. A little shunt that way. Needs to go slightly more that way. Yeah, that's fine. There we have it. What do you think? It's a pretty little thing, isn't it? Quite like the front now. So let's see how and where we're going to stick it into our journal. Got all the mistletoe out still. Right, so it's only a narrow little piece, this narrow little page, but I wouldn't mind taking some of the weight up the journal a bit, because what you generally end up with is a load of stuff at the bottom. Actually, we're not so bad on this one, to be honest, but you know, like this pocket at the bottom, this pocket at the bottom, so you end up with all your weight at the bottom. Don't we all know that problem? Excuse me, that's just amused me. So yeah, I don't mind having this high up. I quite like that idea. So we need to probably, well, no, I can place that on, can't I? Place that on where you want it. And you don't want it above the top, that would just be wrong. So I want it there. So let's just open that up, and I can just draw on the back where I'm going to glue. So I've got these very light lines here, and I need to glue in between them to get it to stick to that. Having said that, I'm still going to use my Colo because it might just need a bit of shifting around. Very often they do. be interesting to see what we build on the back. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to put a sheet of paper or something down. What have I got? Piece of blue roll. That'll do nicely. Attached to something else, of course. Why wouldn't it be? So let's put... No, I don't just want the one page. That starts just above there, so just about there. Does that fit into the journal? Even. Yeah, that's all right. But it doesn't fit onto that piece of paper, and I did quite want it to fit onto there. So I'm going to bring that off. Start from the other side. I think that's better. Is that straight? Looks pretty straight. Maybe could do with just coming down here a little bit. You just don't want it sticking out the top. No, that's definitely not sticking out the top. Is it level with the top? No, not so as you'd notice. Yeah, that's it. That's better. That's better. And as I said right at the very beginning, this is not square. I knew I'd have to trim that up. And it still caught me out. I still put it on wonkety wonk. So let's just check I've got no glue hanging around. No, we're all right. So what does that look like? Looks nice. Like it. So I'm just going to have to trim along here because it's just not square. It is now. So there we have it. That's that page done. I like all this space down here. I like the fact it's positioned where it is. So we'll move on to this page now, which is also not square. Atrocious cutting, Miss P. Atrocious. Just checking that's square, but let's get the quilting ruler out. Whoops. That was a big calamity. It's pretty much square. Oh, I measured the wrong thing. Yeah, that's pretty much not square. Having problems with this one today. Right. Let's re-glue that and get it absolutely square. I can't be doing with it when it's not. Sometimes you just have to bite the bullet. It depends what you're after. If you're after a handmade look of a junk journal, which includes things being a bit on the wonk and what have you, that's fine. That might be what you're looking for. I'm not looking for that. I like it. I like when things are square. So that's going to go, it's just above there, so it's going to go to there. Like that. And then let's measure this on the bottom and get it really square. So that's 1 3/4, and that's 1 3/4. So let's just bring that down a touch. That's square. Yeah, that's all right. I mean, I just feel better about it now, which I'm sure you're all glad to know. Lovely, that's great. Okay, so I've just got a little bit of pencil mark there to erase. Don't want to see that. A little bit down the bottom as well. Probably won't see it when I've finished doing what I'm doing, but I'm not sure yet what I am doing. So I'll leave that there to inspire me. I'm not sure that picture's altogether crystal clear, is it? Or is it my glasses? I don't know. Let me know anyway. Let me know if it's suitable for you. And I'll see you in a minute, which will be longer than a minute, because I have to go work out what I'm going to build on the back of here. Might be something fairly simple. Who knows? So I'll see you in a sec. Right, I think I've finally got a plan together. I have covered the back of that page, this page, with music paper. I've cut myself out a belly band out of the black paper that we've put acrylic stamping on, and I'm just going to stick that on there. So, yeah, I don't know if this is a good plan or a bad plan, but I think it's an okay plan. I think it looks good in my head. So I'm just going to stick that there fairly centrally, just on the edge of the music paper, like that. I just want to give that a chance to tack up. Like so. And then I'm going to put it on the other side. And I've just cut it marginally, not even an eighth, just marginally longer than that. So when it goes down, well, that was the plan, I don't know. Yeah, I think maybe. So when it goes down, there is room behind it to put a card in. So there we are, let's just press them into place. So the card, I want it to be visible from this side. I want it to look nice on this side as well as this side. So what I decided to do, and of course I want some journaling, is I've taken a piece of my backdrops pack and I'm going to glue that onto the coffee stained paper. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And these measure 6 by 10. So we'll see when we get it done what we think. If I need to trim it down or what needs to happen to it. But I think we'll be all right. Right at the full size for what I have in my mind. But time alone will tell. Right, so let's stick this down. And if I square up those two lines, two edges, that's 2 edges less I've got to cut. Whoops. It's a little bit slidey. There we go. Right, so I'm just going to take my bone folder and straighten out this coffee stain paper because it gets a bit wrinkly when it's been coffee stained. There we go, and I can cut that out now. So this was the best solution I could come up with for having something that looked nice on the other side and provided lots of journaling. So that's kind of my mission with this one, to make sure there's enough journaling in it. Because I think at Christmas especially you do a lot of journaling. A lot of lists and things to keep, isn't there? So which way is up? That way, I think. So what I intend to do, can I get away with 5 inches in there? Yeah, I think I can. That measures about 5 3/4. So I'm pretty sure I can get a journaling card that measures 5. So just make sure that that's flat as it's going to be. The edges always wrinkle with coffee stain paper. It's part of its joy, to be honest with you. There we go. Right, so I'm going to score this at 5. Down there. Whoops. Might be going off the straight and narrow here. There we are, and fold that over on that score line. And well, that ain't straight, is it? That's not even. But I did it on 5 inches, so what can I do? Just have to trim it off a little bit. So make sure you've got that straight before you put that score line in. That looks pretty straight to me. So just need to trim down there. That's a long way off, considering I meant it to be the centre. But what you gonna do? Yeah, that's fine now. Happy with that. So I need to round the corners, and I'll do it with the big 10, isn't it? The biggest? Yeah, 10 mils is the biggest one on here. There we go. Then I need to ink it. But let's just check before we do any of this that it's actually going to fit in. That is quite tight. Well, it's a bit tight because it's double thickness, you know. It needs to go all the way up because it's 6 inches and that's what my pages measure in here. So yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Let's just check what that looks like. Looks nice. Yeah, looks alright, looks nice. Looks busy, like there's something going on, which is what I want. Just wondering if it could do with being just a little bit shorter. I think it's just a little bit long at that, to be honest with you. Too high, I mean, because it does measure the full 6 inches, and that's what our journal measures, so it's just a little bit tight. So I'm just going to take off a little bit. 1/4 of an inch should do it, I'd say. I love my Tilly trimmer. It just goes through everything. It's beautiful. A beautiful machine. So let's do these again. Let's try that again. Just need to maybe release that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's better. Yep, that's much better. It's just in a little bit from the top, in a little bit from the bottom. Looks great there. Yep. Yeah, that's lovely. That's lovely, lovely, lovely. What I'm going to do, however, is just put my bone folder in and just go down that glue there and just release it just a little bit. Don't pull it off, just release it a little bit. And the same with this one here, because it's just spread a bit more than I really wanted it to. So I'm just going to go off and ink this, see you in a sec. Right, so that's that in there. It goes nicely, I like it. Looks good on that side. Yep. Okay, but what I've decided to do is put another belly band on the belly band, just to hold this little piece of ephemera. So I want the belly band to be about, might get it out that way actually, would be better. About that long and about down to there. So let's chop that out. I mean, why would you just make one belly band when you could make two? That's the question. And I'm not, at this stage, it may change, I'm not overly worried about it being too fat. You know, it's doing all right at the moment. We built in plenty of thick, you know, so we could make the pages quite thick. So is that long enough? Yes, that's long enough. That's going to go there fairly centrally. Yeah, lovely. Let's ink around that then. So I'm pretty sure that you won't be copying this blow by blow, but I'm hoping that I can give you some ideas to jump off. You know, putting a belly band on a belly band, for example, or the last piece of ephemera that we made. It's just all really nice. Does holiday greetings fit on there? Would you look at that? That's just perfect. Let's do that. So we are building in lots and lots of journaling space here, and of course we've got the journaling pages as well, so I'm fairly sure we're going to have enough. Let's put that there. Okay, I'm going to put this on with colour because I fear I might have to move it around a little bit. square now. I think that looks fairly square. Okay, yeah, lovely. So let's stick that on. Ooh, should I stick it on with colour? Possibly. Just gives me that extra second to move it if necessary. So about there. Maybe a bit further over. About there. That looks straight. Yep. I've got a glue line here where I first put it down, so I need to get rid of that. There we go. And then I'm just going to slide our little piece of ephemera into there, and it'll just stay there. It's a shame it hides all the red berries on it, but maybe I've got a bit that's more suitable than that actually. Let's have a look. That one. Actually, that's really nice. That's good. I like that. And if I push it up like that, you can just see the personal Christmas on the top. Right, so I need to ink around this. And this is really why I'm using archival ink, not Distress. Because Distress will never dry on this. It's non-porous. You'll never get it to dry. In fact, it's tough enough getting this ink to go on. So I think what I'll do is go look for a nail file. Okay, found one, and I'm just going to take that edge off a little bit, just with a nail file, just so I can ink it. It doesn't take 2 seconds to do, but it's worth it. There we go. Easy as pie. Ooh, pie. Ooh, could eat a pie. What sort of pie would I have? Well, probably start off with steak pie and then move to apple pie after I've had the steak pie. Yeah, definitely I could. I could demolish both. Oh yes, that would be nice. I wish I hadn't started thinking about food. There we go, that's better. Inked around nicely. And it's just going to pop up in, oh, wrong one, into this one. There we go. So that's that page done, built on a very narrow background, you know, base page, but we've built a whole page from it. Excellent. We're progressing nicely. Right, so this one, well, I'll show you when we get up to that one, but I do have a plan. So, see you soon. Oh, I should say at this stage, because I'm going to stop it, not pause it, this is the end of this video. I will be back really soon with the next one, because I want to crack on. And thank you very, very much for watching. If you've got anything at all to say, comments, good or bad, please leave them underneath. And if they're bad, I'll do my best to make things better. If they're good, well then that's always nice to read. Thank you very much. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye.